y'all, and welcome back. This is not the video I expected to bring back to you guys whenever I upload it, but this is what we got. So as you can see, this is our beautiful Gabriella, who is being stripped because I went too far. I love doing dark skin babies, and that's pretty much my wheelhouse. Lighter tones, not so much. However, I can definitely still achieve it, but with this one I went too far. I'm using pure acetone and cotton rounds. Then they asked, well, what about the mom? You know, what does she think about this? And she's definitely on board. I want quality work and she wants a quality little peanut. So with that in mind, I'm going to do what needs to be done. So as far as the tutorial is concerned, I do not think that I will be able to complete the tutorial. My beginning phase is going to be different this time around, and I want to be able to focus completely on this head. If anyone ever felt discouraged and was looking at my work for any reason, form, or fashion to think that it's perfection, it's not.
A square French tip.
Hey y'all, so if you watched this video from the beginning, you already know this wasn't how it was supposed to go. I started Gabriella as a tutorial and it ended early because I made a mistake. Well, several mistakes. And I explained that already, so I won't really go back through that here. I just want you to know that what you're seeing now is just where I have started over. Once the base felt stable, I started adding small amounts of detail. I used eyelid purple around the lips, not to darken them, but to create depth underneath. I wanted the warmth to sit on top later without having to fight for any space. So I kept it very minimal. And if that color shows up too early, it could really overpower everything that comes after. So at this point, I wasn't even thinking about the camera. I was really just paying attention. I began with a few layers of Mother Brown, red, yellow, and blue. I kept everything light because I have noticed that heavier layers will show immediately and they are harder to soften later. So I wanted to build that color slowly and give me room to adjust. And this time around, I was sure to keep the inspiration photo right in my sight. And I check the photo constantly because photos don't soften things the way that memory does. They show contrast, undertone, and structure very clearly. And anytime I felt unsure, I went back to the photo instead of adding more paint. Most of the time, the answer wasn't more paint, it was restraint. And that shift alone changed how this kit eventually came together. I kept my palette very simple. I continued to use this dark mother color brown, and I also used a few washes of blues and greens just to make sure that I could stay true to that light color. And I also used some pinks and, as you saw, the eyelid purple. I use that dark mother color brown to emulate that dark contrast that you can see on the inspiration photo. So to give me more dimension, I did a few layers of this mother color brown just around the forehead, around the side of the face, like the outer perimeter, and under the chin. And as I noticed any type of orange tones, I immediately pulled out my blue wash so that I could go ahead and calm that down so I could stay true again to the inspiration photo. On the torso, I created extra dimension by making sure I could put that blue wash in areas where it appeared orange. And also blue does deepen. It's a shading color. So I also used that color to just enhance the highlighted areas by surrounding the highlighted areas with blue. I won't deny there's a point when you feel the urge to just keep going so you can be done. And when I noticed that, I stopped. I took a walk or I just took a break because I knew that adding paint in that headspace was going to create more work for me later. And this time I let the layers do their job before moving on. At this point, I needed more dimension, so I looked at the kit and the inspiration, and I figured that burnt sienna and a little bit of carbon black will give me just that extra pop of color or shading that I needed to create more depth and, of course, to increase the dimension. So that's what I did here. Although this is edited, you can tell that I really took a lot of time to make sure I got this inspiration right this time. There was no going back and there was no more restarting for me. So I made sure I really became one with this kit and the inspiration photo because I had to get it right for Mom this time. So for the next few minutes, just sit with me and enjoy the process of creating. At the end, I placed Gabriella's head directly next to the inspiration photo, and thank God they match. And it's not because I fixed a mistake, but because I slowed down enough to actually see what the kitten needed. In the next upload, guys, we'll be talking about rooting Gabriella, and then we'll also have a deep cleaning video coming soon. Thanks for being here, and I will see you in the next one.